Have you finished the terrible movie?
Yeah.
Guess who's coming to dinner? That was back when that was
But
a
Alice
big.
was guess who's coming to lunch.
Well, then we had the night when we went to the Preston Fete in Potts, and Louise and Potts and Noni and I, and we
Oh God, this is
the
classic.
Preston Fete was like a society thing.
Hospital fundraising ball.
Yeah, and everybody looked great and all that, and as it
Dressed up.
happened, Pops and I had a little too much, and so when we got back to the car to drive after the
We couldn't
Fete.
find Brooke.
Well, no, I got in the car,
He
and
was
I'm
gonna
driving,
drive.
and then everybody rebelled
Yeah, right.
at my driving, and they said, you're not
Like a
fit
year
to
ago.
drive, you really can't drive, and this was before we had opinions about that kind of thing.
You know, my dad's talked about that, so I can testify.
So they
He
said,
said,
you
"Just put
can't drive. So we should buy in the back with Noni. So I said, it seemed like a good idea that I would open the door and run.
You were insulted and
I
you
was
thought,
insulted
angry.
by the accusation
I can
that I couldn't drive. So I stopped the
disappeared.
car and I opened the door and I ran.
so you decided you were just
Proving
gonna.
your innocence.
So I hid in the woods, and they were there. And so
Calling for
they were calling for me. Where are you? And I'm kind of the assholes. They don't know where I am. I'm a good driver. I can drive.
I got this.
That really does. So they went on a search for me, and then I went back to the tent where the tent was held, and I said, I got a bit of a problem. My ride has left
Without me.
without me, and and so a guy said, well, where do you live? And I said, well, I'm out in Belmead at their house. Well, I'll give you a ride. So I said, well, aren't you a nice fellow? So he gave me a ride out to the house.
Every time.
Meanwhile, we're
looking
driving
all
all
over
over
Brooke in the bushes.
They're looking everywhere for me.
Brooke.
Bushes.
We're looking for Brooke, and he's going
I'm
home.
gone.
Where are you?
I've gone back there. So I get back, there's a babysitter there with her little
Michelle.
children.
Michelle.
So I arrive, and she's thinking of a more responsible parent. So, and I show up and I say, well, we're home. And so she says, well, where's everybody else? And I said, well, they're off. But I'm back, and you can leave now. How much
You're
I owe you?
dismissed.
You're
I
dismissed.
think you drove her home.
Drake's in charge
I couldn't. I could have left you in.
Yeah.
I put you in charge.
She was old enough to drive.
You're in
So
charge.
she goes back to her house and she says to her father, I'm suspicious about the husband. Okay, well, and they're not back there. I'm in possibly that. And I'm there saying, this, I win this deal. I'm
The
here.
guest husband has arrived.
Yeah, the guest. So she tells her husband that there's a maniac at her house.
Her dad.
So the father comes back.
Yeah,
And
Daddy
he's
brings the door up.
interrogating me.
Ruh-roh.
To get a sense of whether I was a responsible
Go ahead.
father.
Go ahead. Don't be shy.
Which I
They
wasn't.
weren't.
Probably not. You
And they
know,
showed up, and Potts was so upset about it.
We come home and Brooke's home. We say, where the hell have you been?
The one time,
We've been
Potts
looking
and I
all
were
the
at your
bushes
house
and-
in Belmead, and you all were somewhere else. Potts and
I
I were
was
supposed, you were at the beach, and Potts and I were supposed to look after the two dogs. And I had a Brittany Spaniel, which no one could look after.
Inside. The most awful dog.
Totally, like Kelly.
Yeah.
Johnny's old
Johnny's
dog,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Where's
And
Johnny?
then Potts had a dog.
Where's Johnny?
So we're supposed to
know.
look after him, and they ran away. So we said, oh shit, we're gonna get in a lot of trouble when the women come back, and we've lost both dogs. They're both gone.
They like the dogs when we like y'all.
We sat on the porch and we said, what should we do? And we said, well, let's have a drink.